Does RSD work in Asia? RSD, also known as real social dynamics, also known as RSD, which is known as real social dynamics, RSD, real social dynamics, and the company which has basically transformed itself into a completely new company, and we cannot recognize it right now. Hello. So probably many of you are like, dude, what the fuck is RSD? What does it mean? Who knows what is RSD? Question to the audience. Quiz. What is RSD? For those of you who just joined, what is RSD? RSD. RSD. What is RSD? What does it mean? 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 What is RSD? 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 Okay, you don't tell me what is RSD. I need to respond to Kakao Talk message. Kyowo. Komawa. What is RSD? Guys, what is RSD? Komawa yang. Komawa yang na dojo. Okay, today is the weekend. That's why nobody joins. Okay, I will talk about RSD content in a minute, and yeah. Again, sorry, was texting. So what is real social dynamics? Real social dynamics is the only content which I've been watching. The only type of content I've been watching for since 2013. So as long as 7 years, and so everybody you pretty much see me doing on camera and not on camera in real life. Everything, I would say everything good you see me doing in terms of social interactions comes from me learning real social dynamics. And real social dynamics is RSD, and the one of the founders of real social dynamics and the founder of this kind of industry is his name is Owen Cook, and you can check out my last video. It's called How Owen Cook Helped Me to Learn 5 Languages. It was pretty interesting because it's like I've never met him in person, but just by watching his content, I was able to put myself in like the most uncomfortable situations to improve my dating life, language game, language skills, like master foreign languages in a matter of months, go from zero to fluent in just like a few months. And this is why I was able to like socialize, approach people, and like make friends and find romantic partners in countries where I had nothing. I had no acquaintances, no friends whatsoever, and this is how I was able to distinguish myself from all other foreigners from day one. So what do like those guys, real social dynamics? What do they do? So straightforward. This is a pickup stop. This is a pickup company, and you probably like if you as soon as you hear this word pickup, you're like, it has like a derogatory kind of feeling. It has like a kind of a negative feeling, like pickup. Oh, like, oh, are you into pickup? Oh, no, guys. For you to describe what I'm talking about in just a few words, it's just you approaching people and socializing with them. Be it girls or guys, but in general, it's girls, of course, if you're interested in finding romantic partners. But sometimes you can also approach guys as well, like to make friends. It's always like a perfect way to create a social circle. And so it's just an active position in your life. For example, for me right now at this point, like let's say tomorrow, because I already don't have quarantine here, so I can go out. I went out today. I spent like such an interesting day. So let's say you want to go to the club. Let's say you have no one, no friends, no girlfriend, and you want to find a romantic partner, you want to find friends. So this is what you do. You go out and you socialize. Be it nightclubs, be it some related activities. For example, I'm really into dancing. You probably saw from my Instagram profile. I've been posting like a whole bunch of stupid dancing videos. So I'm into dancing, and this is where like part of my acquaintances came from. And yeah, you just put yourself out there. It's just like active social position. You don't sit. Fresh cut. Fuck yes, dude. Fuck yes. And you don't sit at home. You don't complain that you don't have friends. Uh, oh, how many women have you approached all those years? Or if you're talking about like cold approach, like hundreds, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. It's just like so many, dude. And the interesting thing was that I started doing it from Russia, then I proceeded doing in China in Chinese. I did it in four languages. Kinda sucks going to clubs alone. How could girls be interested in you if you're solo? It sounds creepy. This is what limits you, dude. This is what limits you. Let me give you an example. So, like like my normal situation, I go to the club and I don't have acquaintances there already. So I just approach girls there. I just talk to them. It's like I just normally like a friend. I'm not being like man to woman, or I'm not like being creepy. I was just like, hey, how are you doing? Like, how's it going? And I see how she reacts. And if it goes well, like I can do it like a few times, and I already know half of the people in the area. Not half of the people, but it's like half of the people I want to know. What is the difference between Russia and Asia? Russia is easier. In Is the clubbing environment the same in Asia as in the West? I've never been to the West, but I know that I know for sure that West is much easier. I think it's much easier because girls are more open in terms of like I'm not into hookup culture, one night stands and stuff like this. Guys, like it's really interesting. So you hear me right now. You hear me talking about pickup. You hear me talking about approaching girls, like mass approaching, and you're like, oh, this guy must be into one night stands, hooking up with like easy girls. No, 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 no. I'm into looking for a girlfriend. I'm into looking for really good relationships. I almost never had one night stands. I'm not interested in girls who are interested in one night stands, even if they're pretty. And so I'm into long term relationships, and this is how I do it. This is how I do it. Like my last girlfriend, she was my classmate, uh, and I saw her in the club. I didn't even know that she was my classmate. I just approached her, and she was like, "Oh, Victor, like I kind of know you." I'm like, "Really?" So it's like sometimes you just do it from both sides. Like it's a social circle and approaches in the club and somewhere. Do you approach girls when they are alone, or is better to approach the ones in group? Everything, dude. Everything. By the way, the ones alone could be some working girls, I think. Everything. Even with guys. What is your ideal age for getting married? 30? 30? 30 plus? So, um, yeah. So I'm just sharing like my personal style. I'm not into like one night stands. I kid you not. I did see some like pretty and dizzy girls, and I saw a girl like literally dumping a guy right in front of me. The guy was foreigner as well. The girl was hot as fuck, dude. She was staring at me like when I was in the club. I was dancing. She was like looking at me all the time. I made eye contact with her, approached her. She turned out to be with that dude. She was like, "Oh, it's just my friend," but like, of course, like from the dynamics, you could see like the guy was like into her and like got pissed off and like completely mad at me and like Um, dude, I was sorry for the guy. I was like, what? I was talking to girls like, what are you doing? She gave me her contact right in front of him, and I just basically like self sabotage on that girl because like it's for me it's real. If I see that the girl dumps a guy right in front of me just for me it's sometimes it's like it's hard to describe the situation, but like from that situation, like for example, okay, so let me give you another example so you can understand me better. Once I went to a club where my friend works at, and there was a girl from really prestigious university from here, really prestigious, like a number two prestigious university. And girls normally, like girls from these kind of universities, don't act like that. And so that girl literally like was so into me. Like I approached her and she was standing. I could kiss her like from that position. It would take just 1 minute, 1 second to kiss her. And I'm like, something is wrong here. She's easy. She's way too easy. I don't go for it. If I see that the girl's way too easy, way too open, I don't go for it. I just take her contact, and nothing else. I just do it for practice. I don't go for the girl like this. I'm more into traditional girls who just like, oh, they turned out to be at the club partying with their friends for some reason. They don't go there very often. If you're talking about like clubbing, like going to bars, if you're talking about just like day to day life, I'm really into like meeting people from hobbies. And so when you approach two girls but interested in one of them, do you take number one of them or both? It depends. It depends. Most situations recently just from one of them. Actually, like to give you an example, when I approach a girl, I just make it really obvious. Like if I approach a group of girls, I make it really obvious, like who is my target, and those girls they know it. And to give you an example, I had a few situations when, yeah, I had one particular situation which was like really interesting, when two friends literally left. They were like, Victor, they like, she went to the toilet, and they were like, talk to her more, you don't talk enough. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. Yeah, and so I was like, okay. And they were like, we will go. Like I was like, we will go outside. I was like, okay. So they left for some, like for a while, went to another area, and she was like, what are they doing? And I just sat next to her and I started talking to her, and it was completely cold approach. And like of course I didn't take to context from those friends. Same thing happened with me and another set. The friend was like, did you take number from my friend? Did like she knew that her friend was into me. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I did it, and like I didn't take contact from her friend. And but sometimes when you're being really friendly, when you're being like really friendly to the group, and if it like from the start it somehow went in this way, so that you are like, you didn't like set up the dynamics of the communication in a proper way so that they know what the fuck do you really want. It's sometimes it's really weird if you just take a contact from one girl, right? So you take contacts from all of them, it's like a friendly situation. I had those types of situations, definitely. Hey guys, so let me check out my cacao. Moragu. So guys, like, Jack John, show us some pictures of girls you're talking to. Bro, I wish I could. Even in our Telegram group, I keep it private because it's Korea, and in Korea you should keep things as private as you can. And all those stories I can share with you. Like I even those stories I share with you, they're like I try to share with you the stories which are really old, which are not new at all. And because I just try to keep it as private as possible. And yeah, so I try to keep it as private as possible. And but believe me, like the girl, they're pretty. Man, I need to turn on Telegram notifications just for your group. Keep it private, dude. So I'm telling you, it's not about me like, oh, I'll show it to you guys, and like, oh, we'll not show it to anybody. It's just for a group, guys. I really get it, but like, there is one thing I like to be honest, and I don't like to do something towards other people, so that I cannot tell those other people what I do. So, for example, if I take a photo of the girl and show to you guys, my mindset is like, oh, I should tell her, or I should be able to tell her that I did it without like looking stupid or creepy. And so this is what you actually the mindset you should have in your head, so that like you should be actually like respectful to people, it's like, and honest. Don't jeopardize showing girls in where is the link to Telegram group? The Telegram, yeah, Asian lifestyle. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So and also like I just noticed, guys, like not to critique you guys again, not to critique you guys. I want to tell you, not to critique you guys, but like in Telegram group, I just noticed that like so many of you, like I just noticed from that you guys really love to watch beautiful girls pictures. And this is really interesting topic I like to discuss, because I try to make myself not to check out Instagram recommended pictures of Instagram and stuff like this, or some pretty girls videos, pretty girls pictures, because what I've noticed, I don't know whether it's like whether you have the same feeling, but I've noticed that the more pictures like this I look at, the worse I feel. Like it just trains my mind to look at girls like on beautiful objects I cannot reach. So if you look at the phone, you're like, oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, she's so cute. Like she's just my dream girl. You look at the next picture. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And like you look at the next picture, like whoa. And then, but you feel kind of like this dirty feeling. This kind of dirty, not dirty, like it's like a kind of cortisol release. You feel kind of a negative feeling because you cannot get it. It's like she's not your girlfriend, or you're not talking to her. And so what I would kind of I don't know, just like what I would recommend myself to do in this situation. I wouldn't say I would recommend you to do, because I don't see myself in the position of recommending you guys to do something. But what I would recommend myself to do here in this situation is just try to focus more on like action taking momentum than on observing momentum. So for example, if you go to some this behavior applies everywhere. Like if you go to some club or social activity, will you be just standing with your drink and like looking at other people, or will you be active in terms of approaching and socializing with them? This is the question I want you guys to ask yourself. And all those like spectator habits, spectator behavior leads to you just get used to looking on and putting them on the pedestal, like putting them on the higher position than you are. Like if you constantly checking out like some girls pictures, constantly searching for them, it's like next time when you talk to a girl like this, guess what, like she's too high for you. You think she's like a superstar. Like if you see like a girl who looks similar, it'll be like blah 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 blah, like this, blah, blah, hello, hello, like this. And so I don't know whether you find it useful or not. I don't know whether you agree or not. Probably you have a different personality type, and probably you'll be like, Victor, I look at those pictures and I damn fucking want to learn languages. I want to go to Asia, and I see my action taking momentum growing from looking at those pictures. and I see myself visualizing my future life with a girl like this and stuff like this. Okay, so I agree with you. That's why I don't tell you that I recommend you to do something. But the thing I've noticed, I just recommend myself to do in these situations. I try not to look at girls' pictures at all. Unless I'm actually checking out some girl I'm talking to and like evaluating, oh, like is she pretty or not? Should I like proceed talking to her or not? And so this is just an interesting thing, like like spectator versus action taker, like passive versus like active, or active versus proactive, or like the guy who takes it. Like sometimes you can see like from the question people ask, like from the question people ask, or from like the statements people have, you can pretty much say like how social they are and how calibrated they are socially. I can pretty much like some of you guys ask questions and make some statements. I can pretty much see how many like social interactions you had, and like how calibrated are you, how capable are you of like approaching like and getting attraction from like random complete strangers. And this is just like what I've noticed. It's like one of you guys, not to point out on anybody, but it's like some people like, oh, how do you go alone, how do you go out alone? And dude, like you create social proof in an area just by yourself. I mean, like particular situation, I remember I went to a club, and during just one bar, during 1 minute there were four girls just laughing at me, surrounded, like they surrounded me, were laughing at me like crazy, asking me questions. They were not like extremely pretty, they were just like random girls I saw. It was like uh just just they were close to me. I was like, hey, how are you doing? And I wasn't like evaluating how they looked, or I was like, oh, they're not pretty, I shouldn't talk to them, or like I should talk to only pretty girl. Dude, guess what? Like people recognize whether you have social proof in the area or not. Like if there are like I mean like 5 to 7 random people standing next to you and talking to you, even if they're not pretty, if those are not pretty girls, guess what? Like you will still have like much better chances of getting noticed by your target audience when you are with a group of people. And to get into a group of people is not as difficult as you think. Of course, like I'm of course it requires some skill. It's for me personally, it's not that like for me it's not that I can't do it all the time. Is that I just find myself that I am really state dependent. Like my problem is that if I feel really bad, if something goes bad, or if I'm being lazy, I just like go by myself, just like try to just do like just wrong steps. And I don't want to like socialize crazily. I don't want to like talk to huge groups of people, and I feel uncomfortable, and just like sometimes I have like just like excuse making momentum versus action taking momentum. Let me respond to my cacao. Yeah, just responding. So yeah, guys. So ask questions if you have any questions. Check out Owen Cook's YouTube channel. Check out Owen Cook. He's my biggest mentor. If you ask me anything about any content, like oh Victor, like people ask me, oh Victor, would you recommend me some like content about socializing, or like talking to girls, or like doing this and that? I'm like, everything which is related to social skills, I always say Owen Cook, I always say RSD, I always say Julian Blanc, I always say Owen Cook and Julian Blanc. Like I always say it like this. And I try to keep it open. I try to keep open all the sources that I am currently learning from, and I've been learning from, and I want you guys to enjoy those sources as well. And it's there is no magic. You just like put in work. You just like go out and just interact with people. And actually, like you know what I've noticed? I've noticed one like really interesting thing. it's not the action itself, like particular. It's not the particular action itself. It's the course of action which brings you to the target. For example, like it's like it's the same with work, of learning foreign languages. It's the same with everything. Like for example, you're looking for work, and you just fail all the time, and then or like yeah, and you fail all the time, but then like something really, some serendipity happens, or some luck happens. And guess what, you wouldn't find this luck if you wouldn't try, if you wouldn't have started in the first place. So this is when you should be focusing on the course of action itself, not at a particular outcome. Like for example, it's a really funny story from many years ago. um, and it's a story from I had in Russia. It's the story with a Russian girl. Um, so the thing was that I went. I remember I was practicing my social skills in one of the popular clubs in my hometown in Vladivostok, and I literally approached like almost every girl I saw, and I just like I was talking to her. And I remember there was that particular sofa I was sitting on, and the girl who happened to sit next to me, I talked to her, and then that girl like went away. For example, I went to another area of the club, and then another girl happened to sit next to me, and then I talked to that another girl, and then I did it over and over and over again. And the funniest thing was that like without even probably realizing that, or just like having like massive fun with it, but I was using the fucking same sentences, the fucking same script. I didn't have a script, but I just like I was like saying the same thing. Hey, what's your name? Like where did it? Like and it happened that like those girls I was talking to, I was completely failing, and I was completely like almost completely failing. I don't even know, but it's like at that, like as far as I remember, I wasn't succeeding with them. And that was, in this particular situation, that was my course of action which brought me to like the target. And so another girl, I didn't see her. She happened to stand uh, on the right side, and I didn't even look at her. But she heard me talking the same thing to different girls, even to her friend. And on the next, like on the yeah, I went to the club. I just went back home, just like yeah, nothing happened out of it. But after 2 days, my friend texts me and says, Victor, there is some girl looking for you on the in the online group. There is a popular social network in Russia, like similar to Facebook. It's called VK, and there are groups there, like Facebook groups basically. And she was like, and he sends me the photo this girl took of me, posted, and said, and asked, where is this guy? Do you know him? Can you tell me? There was like the popular public group of our hometown. And dude, I was shocked. She was like basically looking for me. And I texted her, and she became a girlfriend afterwards. And that's a really interesting situation. And even if we take away that outcome I got out of it, even if we take away like that, the thing that she became a girlfriend or she saw me, what else can I get out of it? Social skill. I get calibration. I know what to say, what not to say next time. I know that, for example, I should ask questions. Like I should not ask questions, but make more statements and stuff like this. And so this is when your course of action is more important than the action itself. So like it's like the course of action is like a wave you're riding, like when you're surfing, and this wave brings you to your target without you even knowing it. Like you just do your thing. You just do what you need to do. You do what you have to do. You do what you promised yourself to do, and you have an emotional leverage about it, which means that you are more uncomfortable when not taking action than when taking action. Again, you are more uncomfortable when not taking action than when you're taking action. So this is the concept of emotional leverage. When you have emotional leverage, you're more likely to ride this wave of action taking momentum. Yeah. So If you guys, if you have any questions, I see just like frozen, dude. What's wrong? What's wrong? Why are you frozen? Oh, sorry. I didn't have this. I didn't see the chat. I thought you were frozen. See if you can share their public pictures with us, but with their content, of course. I will not do it. They will not make a content about it. Are you live streaming every day? How are your logistics in Incheon? I'm 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 living in a badass apartment for till the end of this month. Then I move to to a really good area in another city, but that apartment will be much smaller. But I will move again to the bigger apartment because I will move temporarily to a small apartment, like really small room. Um, yeah. Wait, don't waste your time, dude. Don't look at them. What you're trying to explain is a porn effect. Oh, dude, probably porn effect. But I will tell you, like like at least in porn, you're like jerking off, and you're like at least like releasing some kind of energy, or like at least there are probably like arguably there are at least some positive aspects of it. But in terms of just looking at girls, dude, like no positive aspects at all. No fucking positive. Like at some time, I looked at them. I was stressed as fuck. I don't know, but it had some positive aspect for me back in the days when I was like, holy shit, they're so pretty. I need to study Korean more. I had this thing happening. There are no clubs in Incheon as far as I know, bro. I don't know any clubs in Incheon. I know there are bars in Incheon, but not clubs. Go with the flow. Go with the flow of you taking action. It's not just like a flow of things around you. It's just like you taking action. I deleted 9% of girls on Instagram. I never like their photo comment unless it's a girl I'm pursuing. Fuck yes, dude. Fuck yes. Abundance mindset is the key to everything. Girls can sense your clingy neediness, and you have to genuinely be fine with yourself. Fuck yes, dude. Fucking 100 points. And fine with losing her, because fine fucking with losing her and you're not like, on your purpose in life. RSD words. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Dude, I'm telling you, fucking awesome. Check out Real Social Dynamics. Check out Owen Cook. So guys, we have 10 people on live stream. So if you if you go to Owen Cook's last video and say hello from Victor talking, it will be the funniest fucking shit. But anyways, I actually get my comments noticed quite a few times. He commented a couple times on my channel too. Do you think Busan is a good city? I've just been to Seoul. Not my style. I remember hooked up with a girl from Busan. She was really different from Seoul girls. Really different. She was really fucking cool, dude. Like in terms of appearance, my friends were like, "Victor, what are you doing?" Like they saw my accents. They were like, "It's like, did you just degrade it?" I was like, "Dude, I fucking like her. I fucking like her." It's like I remember my friend was like, "Bro, bro, I don't know about that girl, bro." I was like, dude, probably her face is not perfect. I like her. Like, okay, so I had like typical beautiful girl, like typical pretty girl. Everybody were like, yeah, she's pretty, and like people were like, yeah, dude, she's cute. And then I had like girlfriends who were like really like, well, I hooked up with girls which were not like stereotypical perfect type. Dude, I don't give a shit, bro. Like, I had pretty girls, like just like like I went on date with like pretty girls a lot, and I can tell you like I wouldn't do shit with them. Like they're so fucking boring, man. Like I think like for me at this point, like the worst thing girl can be is being boring. Dude, it's damn fucking weird. Opaya. So I didn't hear any like you things you ask about North South Korea relationships. Didn't hear anything about not into politics. Just know a few facts. Uh, I'm not interested in this topic. Check out the initial reason why they blew it. Have you dated a very traditional Korean girl? Of course, dude. I loved girlfriend like like I loved her. I loved the girl, like literally loved her. And she was a traditional Korean girl. Yeah, and she was actually the only one girlfriends which who was like can be qualified as like traditional, like more of a traditional type. I mean, it's like never dated a foreigner, doesn't speak good English, didn't see any foreigner speaking Korean to her in her life. Pretty much like lives in her small area, small social circle. Yeah, just like really kind of a little bit close-minded to things, afraid a lot like about like parents and stuff. Needs to go back home really early. Yeah, just like I love this. I love this type of girls just because they're really pretty and don't like Americanized type. Busanski crocodile. Do the older generation dislike foreigners or wouldn't approve of relations between Koreans? It depends. It depends because I interacted with Korean parents. Some of them are really cool. Some of them are really weird. I would say it's like 50-50. It's 50% this and 50% that. Some of them are really racist, like even like to the point of being racist. Some of them are really open-minded, even though it's an older generation. And I often hear stories of other guys who dated Korean girls who they were like, yeah, mother was weird, father was really cool. And in my story, it was like, yeah, father was weird, mother was really cool. And it happens all the time. It's like, yeah, it's like 50-50 probably, I would say. No, I wouldn't say like most parents post or I don't have any statistics to support that. Have you dated any older girls? I've dated the yeah. Wow. I dated a girl who was 1 year older than me. 1 year was my first girlfriend. Which girls are more concerned about marriage, Korean or Chinese? Chinese, of course, Chinese, man. Check out the Korean statistics. It's just crazy, bro. They have really huge demographic problem right now. They have really low birth rate, really low marriages, like low number of marriages. There are so many like 30-plus-year-olds who are like searching for relationships. Didn't build a family early in their years. Don't have a child. It's like so many people in Korea right now since it's really expensive and it's really kind of the pressure is really high. So many people here they're like, I don't want to have a child in this economy. It would be so expensive. It would be so I would be so restricted and mm, yeah, it depends on the income level, but having a economy like Korea is I think it's pretty difficult. It's really difficult in terms of financial thing. Racist? That's interesting. Yeah, dude. Like there are so many people. Like there are a few people that are like, oh, he's Russian. We don't like that. I didn't notice it myself, but I heard people saying that. Chinese for sure. Is the public transportation very expensive in Korea as opposed to China, Russia? Yes, it's much more expensive, but Russian public transportation is the worst I've ever seen in my life. Is it also more expensive to buy a car in Korea versus China, Russia? Yes, it's more expensive, but again, it doesn't make sense to buy a car here because it's so much comfortable to go by metro. It doesn't make sense, dude. Like you can spend 40 minutes going from point A to point B if you take a metro, but if you're driving car, it can take you 2 hours. This is what we did. Me and the president of the company I'm currently working at, we went to different places, and I just noticed that holy shit, like the place that would normally take 40 minutes to go to by metro, we spent like fucking hours stuck in traffic jams. It's just ridiculous. Like I'm like sleeping, waking up, sleeping again, like in the car, like sleeping, waking up. I was like, what the hell? What about Chinese parents? Do they also have issues if their daughter dates a foreigner? The first Chinese parents I've ever seen in my life were completely cool. Like I lived in their apartment. They like in their other apartment they didn't live in with their daughter with my girlfriend, first girlfriend. We lived there for like a few weeks, and they like brought us to different places, gave us food, brought us to different restaurants. That was first parents I saw. They were like so cool. Other parents I saw were really cool as well. A little bit conservative at first because they didn't know who the fuck I was. But then they like got used to me. Like as like when years came, like because those relationships I had, they were long term. And parents, if they see their daughter dating a guy for like 2 years or 3 years or 1 year, they become a little bit like curious, you know. And curiosity leads to more of a, like curiosity is kind of high vibration. It's like a positive emotion, you know. And oh, like, did you say that your boyfriend was from Russia? Oh, so what do they think about Korean food? They're like they have this curiosity in their mind. It doesn't matter how traditional they are. Some of them just can't stand it. You know, it's like they're like, we should think more about that for like, and the girl, if the girl is knows what she does, if she's not stupid, if she's like keeps talking about you like from the good side, she was like, oh, he did this, he did that, he has this and that. Like if she's like kind of does like quote unquote marketing of you in her family, guess what? Like actually like there were so many things which depend on the girl as well. You know, it's like girls should be a little bit more active. Like if she sees that her parents are opposing in some way, you know. But it's a case by case basis. Oh, dude, I am using Tinder only. The reason is that it's not that I have like crazy amount of matches. I actually almost don't have matches with my type. Dude, I'm so fucking lazy to text girls. I don't know, dude. It's just ridiculous. I just like I text on Tinder. I can hardly text to just one, maximum two girls on Tinder once a day. It's like just like once she's like texts you, what did you eat for dinner? And you're like you text her on the next day. Oh, I ate this, and like it's fucking weird. It freaks them the fuck out. Just like at first she's like responds really quickly, but as soon as she sees me, just not responding for like 5 hours, like just responding just a couple times a day. Dude, I don't know. It's just like probably I became this way recently. I wasn't like this. It's just like I had like way too many situations when I was investing in this like texting game. Like tried to do my best. Tried to create attraction via text, and then I didn't even wasn't able to like go on a date with a girl because she's like found all kinds of excuses, dude. Like I had too much fucking negative experience with this texting thing, and also I just don't get like a dopamine spike off of it. It's like, oh, it's like some girl texting. I've never met her. I don't know what the fuck is with her. So she's probably cute, probably not. She probably has good personality, probably she's not. It's like a 50-50 type of situation. Why should I like invest in it more than I? And also there is another reason. Another reason is that I'm living in some kind of like my own world recently. I created it recently. I don't know, just like I'm living in my own kind of universe. For me right now, I don't know whether it's my character changed, but I don't know. Like during this year, during like past 6 months, I don't feel that much needy for a girl. I don't know why. It's like sometimes I feel like spikes of neediness, like why she doesn't respond, but right now I'm like I just like like guys, so when you're not needy, when the girl you are really fucking attracted to doesn't respond to you for a few hours and you don't even notice it, like this is when you know that you are on the right path in life, because I have so much shit going on sometimes. I was like I have work, I have my own thing I'm building. I have this like language, that language. I have like a few other friends I'm talking to, and then I'm all like ADHD about stuff, and like if you add another girl texting with me to that picture, it's really fucking hard to me. Like it's really hard. I mean, yeah, it's just like ridiculous, re fucking ridiculous. But you know, it's like for me right now, what I would tell you guys is that I just became kind of better in terms of like asking less questions and being less pushy in terms of communication, because my style of game like 2 years ago, it was like asking a girl on a date for a date like right from the start, just like, hey, how did it, like talking about hobbies. After talking about hobbies, after like after one day, I'm like, hey, let's go out, like let's drink a coffee. Guess what doesn't work in Asia that well? Doesn't work here. It should be like really natural. It should be like, oh, we had like this long fucking conversation for like a week, although we were like texting a few messages here and there, but it was like a really long time. And then he was like, hey, like what do you do, like da da da, like, I was like da da da, and he was like da da da, and then we met. And so this is like a natural kind of progression, how things go here. Of course, if you're in America, hey, let's hang out, what are you up to, da da da. It's different world, different world. American, like real social dynamics guys would be like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? Like, what the fuck? Are you texting with a girl for a week before you like ask her out? I'm like, dude, yeah, I tried both. Guess what? Like, I tried both. I tried both. It doesn't work for me. Like, fast thing doesn't work. Probably you know better, dude. I saw guys who just like constant, even guys who are really good in game. Like, they're calling girls all the time. They're like, let's meet up. Texting her. The girl doesn't respond to them. They keep texting her and like say 약속을 잡자, 약속 잡자, 약속 잡자. 아 씨발 무슨 약속이야 씨발 모르는 사람이니까. And the guy is like let's meet up, let's meet up, let's set up a date, set up a date, set up a date. And I'm like, who the fuck? Like the girl's like, who the fuck are you, dude? I don't even fucking know you. Why would I even meet you? It's like what is the reason? Like for a girl should be like, here's like, it's like should be the reason why. It's like why? Because you look good, or because you just like had the match on Tinder, or because you like took her number randomly. It's like why would she meet you? Like why? Because you have a like apparatus, or what? Like what's the reason? For here it should be some social reason. It should be like almost like a friend to friend type of thing. It should be like friend zone as fuck. This is just like what I realized. Friend zone as fuck. I'm like asking like, hey, why did you like me? Oh, because you were not creepy. What do you mean by saying creepy? Because you didn't tell me let's hang out right from the start. Because you didn't tell me that my body is beautiful. Because you didn't ask fucking questions. Where do you live? Because because you were just like normal, just like texting, like responding. Yeah, just like normal person that don't even notice that who. It's like you don't even fucking notice like who texts what and like when you respond, and like sometimes I just like forget to answer so much. I just forget. It's like on the next day I'm like, oh sorry, I just was just like so busy, but like the truth, I was not busy. I just I just forgot. It's so funny, dude. Sometimes this thing like about like forgetting to text, it just like comes from like natural abundance with like women. Like you have like this date and that date, you have this choice and that choice. This sometimes it just comes from bullshit. Sometimes it just comes from going through so much fucking shit in your life, and you're like, dude, whatever. Like I saw it all. Like I saw many. Like I didn't see it all, but it's like I saw many things. It's like you hope so much, and then it like shit. This shit like doesn't worth it. Quando 뭐야 씨. are you going to join? 야, 뭐 하는 거야, 씨발. 아, 씨발, 너무 웃기네. Honestly, I'll sacrifice some looks for intelligence and sweet personality. I'm in the same boat. Check out the initial reason why they blew. Have you dated a very traditional da da da? Do you let order da da da? Have you dated the which are the more concerned? Rate the. So to answer your questions, like, are you using Tinder only? I use Tinder. I don't have fucking time, dude. I don't have time to use other apps. I wish, like, I would hire the person to do it for me. Are you going to join military forces? Do you mean Korean? Yeah, 2 years. In your estimate, what percentage of Koreans use public transportation versus private transportation? Most Koreans don't use public. In Korean, what is a perfect date? Cafe or restaurant? My perfect date? Sport. I went to cafe. I go to cafes most of the time. So fucking bored, dude. Don't want to go to cafes. I want to do sport, guy. How many days or hours of first date is enough for you to understand that it's the type of girl you want to continue to pursue? I understand it from like first hour. Korean girls text a lot. Online dating apps or hello talk is difficult. In person is always better with Korean girls. But Tinder need good photos, something which I never had. And need to do. Focus on your passions 100%. And hobbies, RSD is tailored to America, yeah. Dude, it's tailored to the whole world. What I mean is that like you should like apply RSD in terms of like knowing cultural aspects. I apply only RSD. I don't have any other framework. Like, I wish somebody would give me the better one. Don't have another one. I love content produced by Owen Cook, dude. Like, I love it. The best fucking guy in the world. A tip that I read is that you have to become friends with Asian girls first, and then start dating. And we as Westerners are afraid of getting trapped in friend zone, thus pushing things forward. 100%. Like 2-3 weeks is friends and then start dating, and not propose dating. Dude, it's like, okay, so it doesn't mean like, oh, you should spend 3 weeks being friends and then like, oh, 2 weeks is passed. Guess what? Time to date, girl. Surprise, surprise. No, bro, it depends on the situation. I mean, sometimes you do have to like wait. Like not wait, but like take it slow. But I had like I saw traditional girls like getting into relationships from like day one. I'm telling you, it's like I mean, like you have this feeling. If you know what I mean, you have this kind of feeling that if a girl actually likes you from the first like time she sees you, you have this feeling that it's on. You have this kind of feeling that it's on. It doesn't even matter like when you like officially start dating. You have just feeling, you know. And sometimes you have a shaky feeling. You don't even know what's up. Like she kind of acts weird. Sometimes you have those types of situations. And also, dude, you don't propose dating. It's like, okay, so the frame of mind I'm personally coming from is that it's to propose dating. It's a girl's behavior to propose dating. Oh, so who are we? Who are we anyway? So it's like the guy would be like, who are we? It's like if you're like, hey girl, so So we went out for a couple weeks now, and it's like it's just like, what about like moving to the next point of our interactions? Creepy as fuck, and it's like, guess what? I thought we were just friends, just friends. I thought you were one of my friends, just friends. Um, I don't know why it's like Korean culture is so subtle. If you and in Chinese culture as well, it's like if you interact with a girl, she knows what's up. I mean, like you don't have to be like extremely physical or like pushy. She knows what's up. Like if you're being yourself, normally care about her, like asking her, like, oh, what did you do today? Just like a normal question. Like, of course, if you just like ask a girl, like a Korean girl, like, what did you do today, dude? She knows that you're not like a friend to her. It's like if you just met her. It's like and after you just like start seeing each other, kissing, holding hands and stuff, and she's like so it's like, how do they say it? Like, I remember the situation was like, yeah, you're talking about like sometimes you can be like, oh, I have like I talked to this friend and that friend, and she can be like, so do you think I am your friend as well? And you would be like, what do you mean? And then she'd be like, who are we? So don't try not to be in the position of clarifying the status of relationships. It's not an alpha position. A tip that I do you recommend studying Mandarin in the language academy or at the university in China? Yeah, the best way, bro, is to learn Mandarin in China at the university. In your teens, have you thought that you would go to Asia in the future? Never, 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 ever, never. Man, one girl I really like is in Incheon right now. One time, a girl came from Incheon to visit me. She was sweet. I met her doing day game approach. Fucking hey. Yeah, just cause many Korean guys do the confess love thing. Ah, 表白 doesn't mean that we should do it. It's super feminine behavior, and we shouldn't go and close Korean gathering. Um, um, yeah, you can say like it's more like a Korean thing, but I wouldn't say that all the Korean guys do that. There are way like, dude, there are way cooler guys than you think. There are way fucking cooler guys. Guys don't like who have choice. They don't have to like. It's a girl's role, It's like she does it because she wants to like trap you in relationships in a good way, and she sees you like having choice in life, and like she sees that you're a social person. It's not that she sees you like hitting on every fucking girl, but she's like she sees you active. And she's like, so what do you think about us? Like we're meeting all the time. What do you think? It's like, do we have like some name right now? Our relationships, do they have name? Our like boyfriend and girl. So she tries to clarify, and it's not your role, bro. Like for all of you guys on this live stream, I want to recommend you never ever clarify the relationships. If you feel that you are in the position of clarifying the relationships, you're already at a loss. You're already losing. The same thing goes when you are focusing on a girl too much. Like, for example, I had this fucking horrible thing when I was like, so when do we meet? Or what is the next time we have a date? Or like you just like asking her all the time, being like, she's already a girlfriend, you're obsessed about meeting her so fucking much. Like you're like half of like 30% of your life is just like thinking about how to meet her, and like what to do with her, and like asking her or thinking about why she didn't answer. It's like this is what happened to me, guys. I know that happens to probably most of the guys who are dating an attractive girl, and doesn't worth it, man. She will dump you. She will dump you. It will be harsh as fuck. You will go through fucking horrible nightmare, and while going through this nightmare, you like it's better for you to get another part of yourself out, which is, guess what, you need to have life, like you need to have positive ecosystem, like this is how Owen Cook calls it, like ecosystem of positive emotions, friends, social circle, hobbies. Guys, like you probably saw my Instagram when I have those stupid dances all the fucking time in my Insta story. I cannot hold myself. I just want to upload them so much. So, you see me dancing, and I don't fucking care, dude. Like I sometimes I look fucking ridiculous. Like some of my dances are like I see me posting dancing like from 1 year ago, and I basically look like this. I look like a star. I like a fish. I don't know. It's like I'm seeing like wait the fucking second. So I posted this shit like 4 months ago, and like all of my friends from Instagram saw this thing, and like, what the fuck? And now I'm like posting this shit, like new stuff, like posting dancing, and people are like, and I'm thinking like in 4 months I'll be feeling the same. It looks to me really dope right now, but like in 4 months it will look so fucking weird. Yeah, so why did I say what did I say about dancing? I'm saying that if I go to dance, I feel like the energy flowing in my body. I feel like this kind of vibration, like I I get a dopamine spikes like of such a high level that I almost become like completely independent from from relationships, from like feeling thinking about neediness about the girl, feeling neediness towards the girl. So this is like my personal strategy to go to a club here in Korea and like to start dancing. And what I noticed all the time is that people, like girls, sometimes approach me in a way. Some Korean guys are pretty alpha. Guys, I'll need to finish this live stream pretty soon. Which guys are most serious competitors for us in eyes of local girls? Chinese, Koreans, or Japanese? Koreans. Koreans are really good. Korean, then Chinese, Japanese last. Victory is amazing. Fuck yes, thanks. Dancing is what type of clubs? In what type of clubs? Mostly hip hop. Mostly hip hop. Hip hop slash swag slash trap. Because I'm dancing more of like swag slash hip hop type of style. So yeah, just go there. Like whatever. Like girls start looking. You're like, no, I'm not doing like that. I'm not doing. Sometimes I was like doing it just for the sake of it. But it's like you're dancing like, and she's like, hey girl. And it's like, hey girl, call me. 혹시 다름이 아니라 엄청 예쁘시네요. 혹시 카톡 물어볼 수 있나요? 카톡이나 물어볼 수 있나요? 씨발 누구세요? 누구세요? 씨발. 어 any future plans? I'll go to I really miss Asia. Shibai. Uh, Future plans is to have as much fun as possible, doing the thing I love, dance, start doing longboarding here, go to the dance studio I went to, just like start having fun. And guys, like the most important thing, thanks, I'm Asian. Legend. Asian fucking legend. 존나 맛있어. 김 존나 맛있는 사람. 진짜로. I miss you too. Yes. Nice. Swag. 스웨그 엄청 많이 가지는 남자. 상남자. 상남자라는 김관우입니다. So I need to sleep really soon. And guys, check out my other live streams. They're pretty fucking interesting sometimes. Later, bro. Nice. Good content. Sleep well. 감사합니다. 다음에 봐요. 관우 나 오늘 너 머리 어때? 머리 어때? 예전보다 좋아졌어? 예전보다 좋지? 군대가? 야 뭐래? 야 머리 군대 커팅 스타일이야? 씨. 아 근데 예전보다 저기 사람 내가 봤을 때 사람 잘 못하는 것 같은데 저기 여자는 좀 그냥 엄청 어색했어 그때. 나는 그렇게 보면 여자가 나한테 이렇게 했어. 이렇게 엄청 이상하게. 괜찮아 장난이야. 아니 근데 내 머리가 한국인이랑 좀 비슷하지 않기 때문에 그래서 잘 못하는 사람이 많아 저기 헤어숍에서. 그래, 헤어숍 저기 좀 여자가 많이 웃었어 오늘 나 때문에. 나는 농담 존나 많이 했어. 그냥 계속 농담하고 여자가 계속 웃고 나는 진짜 이렇게 카톡을 물어볼까 말까 생각 중이었어. 진짜로. Introvert or extrovert women? Extrovert. Extrovert. 카톡 물어보고 싶었는데 좀 한국에서 이렇게 물어볼 수 있을걸? 모르겠어. 그리고 외국인이니까 사람들이 다 나를 보는 거야. 저기 나밖에 외국인이 없었어. 그래서 나 카톡 물어봐도 사람들이 다 볼 수 있지. 엄청 어색해. 모르겠어. Yeah. I also want to buy a new phone, guys. So when I buy a new phone, the quality of my live streams and the quality of the video will be much better. And because I want to buy iPhone, I use Xiaomi Chinese phone which is called Xiaomi brand. Xiaomi. Yeah. So I'm using Xiaomi from which I bought 3 years ago. 3 or 2 years ago. Yeah. I bought two phones like this. This is the second one. I bought two phones. Yeah, but it's like if you're shooting videos, dude, like it's just ridiculous. Like sometimes you see the quality like people put out and you put out, and you're like, I'm thinking about like buying new equipment, new phone. iPhone, the last iPhone. Philippines phones. 건우 씨 왜 아직도 자지 않아? 나 이제 잘게. 좀 이따가 잘 거야. iPhone is better for Instagram optimization, but Samsung has better specs overall. Yeah, but it's like it doesn't matter what phone you use, like as long as you are not vlogging with it, you know. If you start vlogging, if you start putting out content, like all of my content on YouTube, like 100% of it is created by using this phone, like this phone, Xiaomi, like this phone, no other equipment. No, I don't have tattoos. Not my style. What's your... I don't know what is an herbal twist. Hey guys, it was pretty fun to talk to you, pretty fun to answer all of your questions. Okay guys, so it was really fun guys. Yeah, iPhone 12. Awesome. I'll probably get iPhone 11 though. So, thank you guys for joining. Thanks for watching. If you have just joined, please rewatch this live stream from, like, because I did cover some of the content at the beginning of this live stream. I did say some, I think, pretty much valuable things for, not from my personal perspective, but like from perspective of many people I personally learned from, and some of the things I fucked up about, some of my mistakes, and like my best wish for you guys is that if you have something going on like which is like kind of similar to what I do and try to achieve, I hope that I will save you some time or some energy so that you will not be making like the same mistakes. Yeah, because my friend texted me some funny things. You're a cool fun person. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. You're cool as well. You're cool as well. And I hope you like the live stream, guys. And please check out the last video I did about Owen Cook, and go to his YouTube channel. Go to Owen Cook's YouTube channel. He commented on my last video, which is called "How Owen Cook Helped Me to Learn 5 Languages." And please write the comment on his channel. Hello from Victor. Hello from Victor talking. Say it. Hello from Victor talking, like this. Just write a comment on last of the videos of the guy, which is his name is Owen Cook. If you want to have fun, just like let's have fun, guys, together. Let's do it. I'll comment as well. If you don't know what guy I'm talking about right now, check out my video, which is called "How Owen Cook Helped Me to Learn 5 Languages." Look at comments. Look at his comment. He commented under this video. Click on his profile and comment under his last video on his YouTube channel. If 9 or 10 of you guys do it, let's do it, guys. It's just like let's do it for fun. Like I'm serious. I'm serious about it. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Join the Telegram group, which is called Asian Lifestyle. It's for you guys to chat with each other. And I'll hope to see you tomorrow. Hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.